Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. I am so thrilled to have you here today because let me tell you, we are about to take a seriously wild ride. We're going to explore the incredible life and career of a true cinematic chameleon, Johnny Depp. But we aren't stopping there. Oh no, we're also going to crack wide open the Hollywood multiverse to look at the ultimate what-ifs. We're talking massive casting decisions that almost completely rewrote movie history. So grab your popcorn and focus in, because the cinematic landscape as we know it was almost entirely different. What if Jim Carrey played Captain Jack Sparrow? Just pause and actually imagine that for a second. Picture the elastic, over-the-top physical comedy of Jim Carrey at the helm of the Black Pearl, instead of the swaggering, rum-soaked pirate we all know and love. Crazy, right? Well, according to the historical data, it was a very real possibility floating around Hollywood. But to really understand how massive a shift that would have been, we kind of have to pull back and look at the actual history first. Okay, let's dive into Section 1, Origins of a Superstar. So our story kicks off on June 9th, 1963. Born to a civil engineer named John Christopher, Johnny Depp was infused with a really rich heritage, English, French, and German roots. But what truly set the stage for his eclectic career happened in his teenage years. By the late 1970s, he was deeply embedded in the music scene, forging connections with rock icons like Marilyn Manson and Rolling Stones legend Keith Richards. And as many of you probably know, Richards would later become a massive inspiration for a certain pirate. Finally, this journey brings us to 1984, where Depp made his breakthrough acting debut in the classic horror film A Nightmare on Elm Street. This diverse, musical, and completely rebellious background created a totally unique foundation for an actor. Okay, get this. Here is a fascinating, lesser-known piece of trivia for you. Despite his highly expressive eyes on screen, Johnny Depp actually relies heavily on maximum-strength contact lenses just to see. It's such an interesting physical quirk when you consider just how intensely visual his acting style is. I mean, he's built an entire career on subtle eye movements and deeply expressive stares, all while navigating significant vision challenges right there behind the scenes. Moving right along to Section 2, Early Roles to Global Icon. Armed with that unique background and just undeniable screen presence, Depp began a rapid ascent from early teen heartthrob roles to an absolute global icon. And his resume brilliantly illustrates exactly why he became a megastar. It's his unparalleled versatility. You have the swashbuckling, comedic brilliance in Pirates of the Caribbean, completely contrasted by the eccentric, isolated Willy Wonka in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Then, he pivots to cool, calculated science fiction in Transcendence and takes a terrifyingly dark turn as a real-life mobster in Black Mass. It's literally like he's a different human being in every single film. He doesn't just play characters, he completely dissolves into them. But his impact isn't just felt on the screen. It's felt deeply behind the scenes as well. During the filming of The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus, the tragic passing of Heath Ledger completely shook the world. To save the film and honor his friend, Johnny Depp, along with Jude Law and Colin Farrell, stepped in to play alternate versions of Ledger's character. But what makes this truly special is that Depp donated his entire earnings from the film directly to Heath Ledger's family. It's a beautifully touching tribute that just shows the deep camaraderie within the acting community. And, that spirit of giving extends even further. Depp has been a massive yet quiet supporter of the Great Ormond Street Hospital in London. This facility is world-renowned for treating some of the rarest, most complex, life-threatening conditions in children. So the crucial point here is, while the media often focuses solely on the blockbuster numbers and the wild costumes, there is a very grounded, deeply philanthropic human being operating right behind the superstar persona. All right, energy up for Section 3, the Captain Jack phenomenon. You absolutely cannot talk about Johnny Depp without talking about the role that changed everything. The exact moment where an eccentric character actor officially became the biggest movie star on the planet. Today, it's an absolute, undeniable fact. Johnny Depp is Captain Jack Sparrow. You literally cannot separate the actor from the dreadlocks, the eyeliner, and that staggering walk. But what if Hollywood had taken a different path? We already mentioned Jim Carrey, but guys, that was just the tip of the iceberg. What if I told you that almost every single iconic movie character of the last 30 years was almost played by someone entirely different? Buckle up, we are heading into Section 4, Hollywood Alternate Realities. We are officially stepping through the looking glass into Hollywood's alternate realities. According to industry data and casting records, the cinematic universe we know was just a few pen strokes away from looking radically different. Let's start with the sci-fi and Marvel powerhouses. Imagine firing up the first Iron Man movie, and instead of Robert Downey Jr.'s signature snark, you get the intense, laser-focused energy of Tom Cruise as Tony Stark. It almost happened. Or what about Amanda Seyfried traversing the cosmos as Gamora in Guardians of the Galaxy? And perhaps the most financially devastating what-if of them all, Matt Damon was actually offered the role of Jake Sully in Avatar, a decision that literally cost him a massive percentage of the biggest box office haul in history when he turned it down. No way, right? Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer scale of the action hero swaps that almost took place. It's staggering. Hugh Jackman trading his Wolverine claws for a martini shaker as James Bond, Pierce Brosnan trading in his actual 007 status to brood over Gotham City as Batman. We almost had Jude Law donning the red cape as Superman, and Brad Pitt using a rolled-up magazine as a weapon playing Jason Bourne. These aren't just minor roles we're talking about. These are franchise-defining anchors that would have entirely changed these actors' careers. And the drama heavyweights are just as shocking. The explosive Jack Nicholson was almost cast as the quiet, calculating Michael Corleone in The Godfather. Michelle Pfeiffer actually turned down the role of Clarice Starling in Silence of the Lambs because she found the script too dark, leaving it to Jodie Foster. Will Smith was Quentin Tarantino's first choice for Django Unchained, but they couldn't agree on the character's direction. And seriously, just imagine John Travolta sitting on that famous bench holding a box of chocolates instead of Tom Hanks in Forrest Gump. Oh, the missed opportunities just keep getting bigger. Take Sean Connery, for instance. He notoriously turned down the role of Morpheus in The Matrix and the role of Gandalf in Lord of the Rings. Why? Simply because he claimed he didn't understand the scripts. I mean, that is billions of dollars and two massive cultural phenomenons passed up by one man. Meanwhile, Emma Watson was originally attached to La La Land before stepping away for Beauty and the Beast. Emilia Clarke declined 50 Shades of Grey, and Christina Applegate passed on the iconic Bend and Snap of Elle Woods in Legally Blonde. Let's round out this wild alternate reality tour with some absolute thrillers. Denzel Washington was offered the role of Detective David Mills in Seven, the role that ultimately went to Brad Pitt. A young Leonardo DiCaprio turned down Boogie Nights to go film Titanic instead. Harrison Ford passed on outrunning dinosaurs as Alan Grant in Jurassic Park. And Halle Berry was originally offered the role of Annie in Speed before Sandra Bullock took the wheel. Every single movie we just talked about is a certified classic, but the chemistry would have been completely unrecognizable. Whew, okay, let's head to Section 5, back to reality. Let's take a deep breath and step gracefully out of the multiverse. While it is incredibly fun to imagine what could have been, the reality we actually got gave us some of the absolute finest performances in cinema history. And bringing it all the way back to the star who sparked this entire journey, Johnny Depp's legacy is firmly cemented in the real world. Despite all the alternate ways Hollywood history could have played out, Depp's undeniable talent, his intense dedication to his eccentric characters, and his refusal to be boxed into one single genre rightfully earned him the ultimate accolade, a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He didn't just participate in Hollywood, he carved out a totally unique lane that literally no one else could fill. So as we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with one final thought to debate. Out of all the multiversal madness we just explored today, which alternate casting do you think would have changed Hollywood the most? Would it have been Jim Carrey's Jack Sparrow, Tom Cruise's Iron Man, or maybe Sean Connery's Gandalf? The butterfly effect of just one of those choices is absolutely staggering. Thank you so much for exploring with me today. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.